Hey everyone, me Kevin here. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how much money I make in one day as a YouTuber. I'm going to use Monday, August 24th as an example, and I'm going to reveal to you all 10 sources of revenue. After all, that's what we talk about on this channel, money and how to make more of it. And I'm also doing this to hopefully inspire you to increase the amount of revenue sources that you have in your life. This is also a response to the many of you reaching out and basically asking for exactly this. So just so you know what my background is before we go into this, my family moved to this country when I was 12 months old and we had no money. At 6, they finally had some money, but then got divorced, ruined their credit, and lost everything. When the divorce was finalized, we even lost my childhood home. At 16, I worked at Hollister making $7.21 an hour. At 17, I moved to California and started making $8 an hour at Jamba Juice. And after 1 year of hard work, I got a 10-cent raise. 6 months later, I quit and got a job making $9 an hour at Red Robin. And that's where I was told I was never going to make it, that I should be proud of making $900 per month at Red Robin. Well, to honor my roots of coming from no money and no wealth, I am bringing you what's possible in America as an immigrant. After all, I'm that little kid in kindergarten who sat there telling the teacher, "Hold on, I'm sinking," because I had a thick German accent. So hopefully this story motivates you. And keep in mind, this isn't to brag and it isn't to show off, it's to inspire and teach. So to the haters, if you're still stuck at jaded level 10,000 your whole life, realize that jade makes going through life very painful and very resenting. If you open up your eyes to what's possible in America, you too can dream big and make it big. Let's get started. Revenue stream number 1, YouTube ad revenue. Huge shout out first of all to the YouTube gods and all of you who watch this channel. My channel went number 1 on the United States trending homepage this year, and I'm absolutely blown away with the support from all of you, especially with the amount of videos that I make y'all actually watch. It blows my mind. Thank you. Seeing that being a YouTuber isn't just about posting content, but it's also about the hours and hours of creating content and the struggle of coming up with content, and remembering the days of making $0 from YouTube ad revenue because I was too fearful to monetize my channel. I have to give all of you all a huge thank you for this number 1 source of revenue. On August 24th, YouTube paid me $5,657 for creating content on this platform. Thank you so much, YouTube, and thank you to all of you. Remember, if I can do this, you can do this. Revenue stream number 2. Course revenue. When I first started YouTube, I swore I would never make a course, like an online learning course, where you could watch recorded lectures. I didn't want to be some guru who was just slinging courses. Oh yeah, here's this course, and tells you to buy them while providing basic and low-level information. I then realized that many of you who support this channel and were interested in more information and deeper content weren't seeing the niche content that I was putting out on the channel. See, YouTube doesn't necessarily provide, hey, here's some really niche content that's gonna make you more money in real estate investing. Instead, they tend to show you the more popular videos. And this made it really hard for me to help provide deeper content and more education for all of you, because the deeper content doesn't necessarily get pushed by the YouTube algorithm. So in response to many of you asking, I created a real estate investing course. And I realized that my 10 years of being a real estate agent in 2010, becoming a real estate investor in 2011, being a real estate broker in 2013, and becoming a licensed lender and a licensed contractor thereafter, I realized I could put all of this content together into one program to help you learn how to go from zero knowledge to pro, and it all be in one place so it's easy to go through. And that's why I created my first course. My first course was the real estate investing course that I still update to this day. You can see all of the courses I have linked below. Since many of you loved that course, many of you then started asking for other courses, and so I created other courses. I created a course for real estate agents who could maximize their sales and become a no-pressure agent. I created a property management, a sort of do-it-yourself property management course, and a rental renovations program to help you save money and protect your investments with tenant leverage. I even started a beginner finance course, which I'm now expanding into a stock course. And because so many of you asked, I created a YouTube course to show you all my tricks to provide high value, high quality content fast. And I do all of this myself. I don't have employees that I hire to shoot my videos or edit my videos. I do it all. On Monday, these courses generated $8,900 in revenue in one day. I'm so blessed for the many of you that support me, and I can't wait to keep providing more value to all of you. Now, in fairness, I will say I keep adding content to these courses. I do daily live streams in them when the market's open, and this revenue fluctuates a lot too. Monday was, let's just say, it was a really good day. I think a lot of you took advantage of the coupon code that's available and that expires at the end of this month, and so huge shout out to all of you who did. I really, really appreciate that. And remember, if I can grind and make money online, so can you. Just remember the number one rule: provide value and you'll always succeed. Revenue stream number 3, Amazon affiliates. This one is much simpler and much more self-explanatory. Basically, if there are some books that I recommend or some gear that I recommend, I can put an Amazon link like the one I have down below for my Amazon store. And my Amazon affiliates link created $168.77 on Monday, August 24th. And remember, anyone can create Amazon affiliate links too, so you can do this as well. Revenue stream number 4, affiliates. So these are kind of like brand partnerships without being sponsorships. Like, sometimes you watch a video and it's like, this video is sponsored by Squarespace or Wix or whatever. Those are sometimes more moderated and more catered videos to those companies. I don't love doing those because they take too much time and there's too much back and forth. Instead, I partner with companies that say, hey, Kevin, you use our product. If you recommend the product to other people, hey, we'll give you a thank you for doing that. So here are some examples, and these are all products that I actually use and that I actually believe in. I would not pitch a product that I do not use or believe in. In fact, I get hundreds of emails a day. Many of these emails are, hey, can you pitch this? Can you pitch this? Can you pitch this? I say no to 99% of the requests I get for product pitches. These are the ones that I really like. So when you hear me say things like, get 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100. Just use the link down below. By the way, that promotion ends at the end of the month and they're going down to 1 free stock, which is true. They are ending that promotion, which kind of sucks. But anyway, that's an example of an affiliate. Or when I say, hey, check out my favorite 3D camera. It's back in stock, which is true. It is, via the link down below. That's an affiliate referral. Or Wealthfront, if you're a total beginner and wanting to figure out what's the easiest way to invest. Or M1 Finance, what are my favorite stock picks? Or life insurance you can get in as little as 5 minutes. All of those affiliates provide revenue if you like and end up buying the product. You don't have to. That's the cool thing, is you don't have to use these. And I just mentioned them because they're brands that I love. Like, I never thought I'd want life insurance, but then I realized the younger you are, the cheaper it is, and you may as well lock in a cheaper price early. So that's what Lauren and I did. Anyway, I only partner with brands that I love, and these brands provided me $3,500 in revenue for August 24th. So remember, if I can do this, you could do this as well. If you love a brand, there's a good chance they'd love to partner with you. Revenue stream number 5. So this one is honestly my favorite, but it's a little bit more complicated in how it relates to YouTube. It's stocks. And here's how it works. All of the money I make from YouTube, I put directly into stocks. And I love talking about stocks. Every morning at 9 a.m., I talk about stocks with my course members, my favorite picks, which ones I'm buying, if I'm selling anything, what I'm selling, although I rarely sell. And they kind of like point to each other. The more I make on YouTube, the more I invest. And the more I invest, the more I talk about stocks on YouTube. So it's kind of like this cycle. And I have to say, Monday was a very good day in stocks. My stocks returned way more than they normally do. But I'm not going to use that number because some days stocks go up, some days stocks go down. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to average what I think my stocks will be up at least by the end of the year this year. With my stock investing strategies, my platform or my portfolio is up over 40% for the year. I'm going to assume there's a chance that could go down a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, let's say by December 31st, the stocks I invested from YouTube income are up 30%. And I'm going to divide that by 365. That means for 2020, averaged out per day, every single day, including weekends, sleeping, whatever, days off, stocks increased my wealth by about $6,657 that day. Now, I don't know that they'll do that well over, in next year, but that's okay. So that number might go down. Heck, a lot of these numbers might go down or they could go up. I have no idea what's going to happen. That's the crazy thing about YouTube. I just keep trying to provide value, and then whatever happens, hey, I'm here to just turn around and keep providing value and transparency. The beautiful thing, though, about stocks is as long as I don't sell them, I don't have to pay taxes on them. All of the other sources of revenue, like the affiliates and the sponsorships, well, not sponsorships, like the ad revenue, the courses, and the affiliates, and the Amazon link, those I have to pay 50% taxes on because I live in California and they take a lot of money in taxes. Anyway, with stocks, if I don't sell, I don't pay taxes. So instead, whenever I decide to retire one day, I could have zero income that year, sell some stocks, and then pay less money in taxes. So that gives me that choice as to when I want to pay taxes, which is kind of cool. Revenue stream number 6. Oh, and remember, you too can invest in stocks. Revenue stream number 6, real estate wedges. So this year I added 8 properties to my portfolio. They're all residential properties, a mix of single family and multifamily, and they were all great deals. That means I bought them all under market value. For example, I showed you a before and after on this channel of a hoarder house renovation that I did. I bought the place for $450,000. I spent $50,000 with holding costs fixing it up, which means I'm into the deal for about $500K. Well, it's now worth $700,000. That means my net worth went up 200 grand from that one deal. If I put together all of the deals I did, that was a really good one. Some of them were, like 80K wedges. If I put together all of them with those 8 deals, my wealth went up about $1 million this year just from getting deals below market value, not appreciation or any of the other stuff. If I divide that out, that works out to another $3,333 per day in untaxed income just by buying deals below market value. And the cool thing about real estate is I might never have to pay taxes on that money. So, there's also cash flow. Like, for example, I bought a 4-unit apartment building that cash flows really nicely, but I'm not even considering the cash flow right now. I just end up taking that money and also putting it into stocks for like a rainy day in case I have to replace a roof or something like this. By the way, real estate is also something you can do. Remember, at 19 years old, I bought my first property with Lauren doing 3.5% down on a foreclosure fixer-upper. I talk about this all the time in my real estate investing course, and I don't just talk about my one little stupid, silly scenario. I talk about the hundreds of clients that I've helped do exactly the same thing. Because remember, as a real estate agent, I was so high on investing that I would turn around and teach everything I knew about investing to all my clients, and then they'd get the bug and they wanted to invest. That's how I built my real estate agent career. And that same teaching that I used to do so much in person with my clients, I now do here on YouTube and in the courses. Okay, revenue stream number 7, commissions. Real estate commissions. So when I began my career as a real estate agent and started talking about real estate agenting on YouTube, I made somewhere around $35,000 to $50,000 per year when I started, and at my peak, I made around $500,000 per year. That's a lot. I mean, that's like $1,300 per day. But with all of these other sources of income I have now, it doesn't make sense for me to dedicate so much time to real estate sales. Instead, I just represent myself. That means I use my own real estate license, and not always, but most of the time when I buy a property, I get paid a commission for representing myself as a buyer. That means this year alone, because I bought 8 properties, I've made around $200,000 on real estate commissions. So $200,000, and that's representing myself, divided by 365 days is about $550 per day. Compared to other sources of income, it makes sense that I mostly focus on representing myself. It doesn't make sense for me to take on individual clients right now because of the other opportunities that I have, especially helping as many of you as I can in my courses and helping you in the private live streams. But you also can become a real estate agent or a lender or a contractor and increase your income, and then talk about your journey on YouTube. Revenue stream number 8. I included appreciation on my real estate. I currently have a real estate portfolio worth about $13 million, and that came from nothing. In fact, I did an entire video breaking down my net worth by age, and you could see exactly how I built my net worth and how I built my real estate holdings. At 3% appreciation, which is, a flexible number. I mean, think about it this way. This year so far in this area, SoCal, we're up like 12% in pricing. But real estate's not always up 12% because some years it's down. Some years it's down a lot. So averaged out, here in SoCal, we tend to see an average of about 3% a year in appreciation. 3% a year in appreciation on $13 million works out to about $390,000 per year in wealth. That's not money I have to pay taxes on either. It's just, here's wealth that increases. And if I want to take a loan out on some of that wealth, I can, and then I can spend that money and also not have to pay taxes. Some of the cool tricks and ways to prevent paying taxes. Anyway, $390,000 divided by 365 works out to about $1,068 per day in non-taxed income, which is awesome. No taxes is good. Revenue stream number 9, principal paydown. Every day when tenants pay their rent, or every month when tenants pay their rent, they pay my mortgages down on the properties that I own. So every single time I make my payments to the mortgage company, I get the mortgage bill, and ordinarily you get a bill, it's like, oh, it's a bill. When I get a bill, I'm like, how much principal did we pay down this month? And I'm not even paying it. The tenants are paying that. By the way, if any of my tenants are watching this, text Lauren and we might consider selling you the place that you're living in. So that way you too can build wealth without moving, especially during a pandemic. And now I know some of you are like, what? Kevin, you always say I don't sell. Well, stay tuned because I've got some big lectures coming out on this strategy in the investing course. Remember, folks, all of my courses, I keep adding content to them, and all of my course members get that extra content for free. Okay, so that's principal pay down, me paying down the loans. That works out to about $333 per day in principal pay down. Might be a little bit more than that, but that's roughly what we'll take it down as now, and that's pretty consistent. Unlike ad revenue or course sales, that doesn't fluctuate much. It's kind of like appreciation. Once you have assets, which you can get your hands on assets too, you build your wealth in many different ways. You buy things below market value, you build your wealth. Principal pay down, you build your wealth. Appreciation, you build your wealth. Number 10, this goes back to YouTube. There is a little join button at the bottom of, wherever you're watching this video. And you could click join and you could become a channel member. I'm super happy to say I now have over 225 members, and that ends up helping me net about $33 in extra revenue per day. Now, I'm planning something really special for channel members. Stay tuned on that, though. It might be towards the end of this year. We'll see how that goes. The cool thing is the longer you're a member, the more your kind of like icon changes to how many months you've had the membership. Some of you have been members for over a year, which a huge shout out to anyone with a 12 in the name. That is awesome. But anyway, this works out to another $33-ish per day. So let's include that. And there we go. For Monday, August 24th, with 10 sources of income, we have a total of $30,199.77 worth of income. Now, of all of this, I have to pay taxes on somewhere around $20,000 to $24,000 of this, which means the state of California and the federal government are literally taking about $10,000 to $12,000 of all of that revenue. So when I mentioned to you this doesn't get taxed, like the stocks, the appreciation, the principal pay down, the wedge deals, that's really, really, really good because you don't want to pay taxes, but you have to, and you got to pay your fair share. Now, $10,000 to $12,000 in taxes is a lot of money, but again, it's paying my fair share, and it's somewhere around 50% of the money that I make. Part of that is because I live in the state of California. If I left the state of California, I'd probably save about $3,000 per day, which is insane. So if we wanted to add passive income source number 11, it could be me moving out of California, moving to Vegas, and saving $3,000 per day for not paying California's income taxes. Hey, Lauren. Anyway, folks, there you have it. Thank you so very much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. If this inspired you, or you think it'll inspire anyone you know, please consider sharing this video. I'd really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel for more insights into how you can make money and build your wealth. Thank you so much. Seriously, I owe everything to all of you, and you are amazing. Thank you. Bye.